I did buy a salad spinner once because I thought that's how you distributed dressing on the salad. It turns out it's kind of the opposite of that. I was like, damn, this salad's dry as hell. Welcome back to What the Heck with Matt Bellassai, a podcast about what the heck is going on, what the heck is happening, and all the things that are making me say, what the heck. It's a brand new week. It's a brand new week, folks. It's feeling summery outside. I got my AC on blast. Apologies to the British who are suffering without it. Sorry. Sorry, you can't live like me. I love how every summer for the past 10 years, British people are like, we're dying out here, mate. I can't do it. Unfortunately, I have tried and failed at a British accent for many years, and it's not getting any better, much like the AC situation in the UK. Every summer, I hear the first whiff of heat wave in the UK. All of these Brits get on the internet and start saying, you don't know what it's like, mate. You don't know what it's like. We're suffering over here. We're suffering. Everyone's dropping dead because it's 70 degrees outside. They call it something stupid. It's 70 flippish outside. You tell them to get air conditioning and they're like, well, we're just not built for that. We don't have the resources for that. And it's like, okay, the climate has changed, babe. Can we recognize that the climate has in fact changed, and the fact that you've had a heat wave for the last 10 years of your existence means, hey, maybe we should change the infrastructure. I know it's not easy to change infrastructure, and also everything there is built on like a series of medieval tubes. I will say, when we were in the UK recently, Barry and I, it was like still a little bit cold outside. You have to turn on like the heat situation. My God. There's 100% a person in the basement shoveling coal into a furnace in order to keep you warm. And I was not happy about it. I'll tell you that. I was freezing my nuts off in the UK or whatever they call nuts there. What do they call nuts? Bollocks. I love a good bollocks on my chin. Anyway, it's kind of feeling like summer. Love Island is back. Harry Styles is on tour. The vibes are good. Life is good. We're feeling good. We're outside. I will say the bike riders are out in a way that I do not find acceptable. The bike riders are out in a way that is confrontational to me. I've never felt more of a disconnect between like an activity and the fans of that activity. There are a few things where like the thing is good, but the fans and proponents of that thing make it such that the thing is no longer enjoyable. Taylor Swift. All due respect to her, but some of her fans are going a little crazy in a way that I am like, I can't be involved, unfortunately. I wish for peaceful relations with the Swifties, but I will say some of them are behaving in ways that are concerning to me, and it does kind of sour the whole experience. The other thing, America, unfortunately. Great in theory, great in concept. Some of the hardcore fans are kind of ruining it for everybody. And then, cyclists, unfortunately. I'm all for I love a good bike ride. You give me a couple drinks. You give me a couple drinks, a little hit of weed. I'm on a city bike zooming around. I'm zooming around the city. I'm blowing through traffic lights. I'm flipping off cops. You better believe I'm going nuts. I love how there's a cop on Love Island and everybody was like, oh, and then it turns out he quit being a cop in order to be on Love Island. And the like mayor of the city that he's a cop in is like, this is the most disrespectful thing that you could do to the police force. How dare you waste our city resources? We trained you and now you quit to be on Love Island. It's like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Take your dick out on television, sir. That's the line of duty that I can respect. I'll stand up and salute. I'll trot out the thin blue line flag for taking your dick out on Love Island. I just watched the first season of the first episode of US Love Island, and they start off, the first question that they ask them in order to organize, like to get vibes from one another, is what's your favorite sex position? And then they make out tongue first with each other based on whether they're favorite sex positions match up. So that's crazy. So the cop guy was like, my favorite position is doggy. First 5 minutes of this television show. I also love that they make the Love Island contestants like film a music video to start the season. It's like none of these are background extras in a music video at best. Okay. Why are we having them lip sync along to a song that you just made up for Love Island? Anyway, yeah, bike riders, cyclists are going crazy. I don't understand why cyclists are wearing that gay little leotard. First of all, there's that bike rider costume is something that doesn't exist in any other sport. I mean, I guess it makes sense. That's why it's like engineered for them to be aerodynamic or whatever. But like, why is your cleavage and belly button out? It's like no other spandex outfit for any other sport has like built-in suspenders. Do you know what I mean?
Literally wrestling.
Wrestling is a made-up sport, so actually you just confirm my opinion. There is no reason, absolutely, that a wrestler should be wearing that outfit, let alone a bike rider. Am I sexually attracted to it? Yeah. On the right man, you better believe I'm getting horny for that. But it does confuse me. It's like they're wearing spandex below and then like suspenders above, and it like goes down and it exposes their belly button for some reason. But because then they're also wearing like a zip up spandex. No other sport is doing it like that. And I don't get it. I do love the man on TikTok. Have you seen the bike? I think he's in New York. And he just zooms down the bike lanes and screams at everybody who's in the way.
Wrong way, piece of shit. It's a great place to take a dumb picture. Wrong way, and on the phone, real smart. Hey, look before you cross, you dumb fuck.
People hate him. He's pissing a lot of people off. They think he's annoying. They think he's the worst of cyclists. And I am cheering him on every day. Until I'm on his bad side, which kind of happened to me today and inspired this. I was taking Troubles on a walk, and there's one stretch of street where it's like, it's a two-way bike lane that is where the sidewalk should be, and the sidewalk is kind of off to the side, and Truffles took a fat shit on the sidewalk, and I picked it up, and had to cross the bike lane in order to throw the shit in the garbage like a responsible New Yorker. And I looked behind me, didn't see anybody coming, started walking. Truffles kind of stopped. We got like stalled in the bike lane, and this guy comes like screeching to a halt and is like, "You're standing in the middle of the bike lane." And when I tell you, I was like, "I'm crossing, you asshole." I hit the asshole so hard. I've never felt better yelling at someone. I was like, my adrenaline was so high. After that, I walked into the vet where I was taking her, and I was like, I need a tranquilizer now. Yeah, I was like, what do you want from me? Go around if it's that. He was just like, so this is the problem with all cyclists. Am I taking one example and kind of drawing generalized conclusions about it? Yes. But he represents the worst of America. And he pissed me off because he blamed me for getting in the way when it wasn't really my fault. It was Truffles and her asshole's fault. I was like, okay, I guess I could have just left the shit on the ground. Would you be happy with that, sir? But the way he was like, yeah, just stop right in the middle. Just stop right in the middle of the lane. I was like, I'm crossing, you asshole. And the way I hit asshole made me so proud of myself. The other main thing on my mind this week is just how I kind of did a little bit of a heavier workout, and it became difficult for me to simply roll over in bed in a way that I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like my 30s have really set in. I'm going to be 36, so they're here to stay at this point. But do you ever work out so hard that you're laying in bed at night and it's kind of like, I want to roll over, but I just don't have it in me? Or should I go to a doctor or a psychologist? No, sometimes you work out so hard and it's like, yeah, maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I don't think you realize how much effort it really takes to roll over sometimes. Sometimes it does take kind of a lot of effort to engage all of the muscles necessary to roll over in bed. And it's kind of simpler to just lay there. than it is to roll over. You have to engage your core and your back in a way that is kind of like so much is happening, and I just want to lay here. And I might have thrown out my back a little bit, and that's why I'm not just a lazy piece of shit. But I did have multiple nights this week where I was like, oh, I don't want to roll over. Anyway, that's kind of how my week is going. Getting in fights with bicyclists, having trouble rolling over. But it's been a great week. Can't complain. Moving on. Just a few shout outs of the week, actually, before we get to my what the heck's for the week. First, shout out to the guy who almost shit himself on that tennis court. Loving that for him. Absolute shit icon. He's really doing it for the people who have to shit all the time. Really couldn't be me, because I've kind of sealed up my asshole in a way that is... I had a few kind of pretty traumatizing public bathroom incidents when I was younger, in a way that like I am able to kind of seal my sphincter to prevent having to go to the bathroom in public. So you will not catch me outside taking a shit. I'll tell you that much. We're holding it in. We're holding it in all summer. But there was that tennis guy. I mean, everybody's seen that video of the guy who was like, I have to shit. He was French.
I'm going to shit on the court.
He was a French guy, and he was like, I'm going to shit on the court. I'm going to shit my pants. And they were like, sorry, we can't just stop the game just because you have diarrhea, sir. And he was like, okay, then I shit on... I'm doing sort of a trans-European accent. But I love that for him. Ultimately, they did... I think they let him go after the point. He lost like every game he played because he had the shits. But shout out to him. Shout out to newly appointed gay icon, Susan Boyle. Okay. Have you seen Susan Boyle's transformation?
No.
Do you know who Susan Boyle
Yes.
is? Okay, just checking. You're kind of out of the loop on a number of important items.
Okay.
Susan Boyle, for the unaware, icon, first of all. She was the woman who she sang, what was it? I Dreamed a Dream on America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent. And the like thing back in the day was like the fact that this lady, she like came up on screen so confident. She came up to her audition for America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent. And everybody was like, this old bag, this hump of junk. And then she had the voice of a beautiful angel and everybody was sobbing, including me. And it was sort of a kind of bastion of early 2000s reality television that we were like, get a load of this, Uggo. Can you believe she wants to be famous? And then we made her famous. That and William Hung. What a just icons of a different era. But William Hung is found dead beneath Susan Boyle's rise to stardom, because she rolled out of bed this week looking like a mob wife, ready to put a hit out on Elton John. She was like, I am a gay icon. I want to know the like marketing, the marketing machine that went behind Susan Boyle to create this new iteration of her. They had her on the top of a bridge singing a song. They were doing, look it up. Susan Boyle, Scotland Bridge. It was some type of advertisement for the World Cup, and she's standing on top of a bridge singing a song. Anyway, she dropped like, oh, I have it right here. Why do they have her on top of a bridge?
Why is she up there? That's not safe. Okay, so it's all AI. so that's my...
The point is, shout out to Susan Boyle. Okay, the gays will pretty much eat up anybody who puts a cunty bob on, and Susan Boyle's got that shit on. Okay, I also love I think it was real. I don't think I'm just making this up, or it wasn't a joke. Susan Boyle's, when her last album came out, they tried to do a hashtag on Twitter, and it was like hashtag Susan album party, but that hashtag together looks like Sue's anal bum party. She can't catch a break. But she got that cunty bob on, and now go off queen. Next shout out, it's going to go ahead and be to Elijah Wood, who tweeted, he really went off on Alamo Drafthouse. This may be a little specific. But he was like, listen, assholes at Alamo Drafthouse. Alamo Drafthouse, theater chain, big in New York, but they're all over the place. And it's one of those places where you get you order food at your table. And it used to be that you wrote down your order on a little card, and then you put the card on the little thing, and then you pressed a button, and it would summon a server who would come and get the thing and take your order. Now they've changed it so that you scan a QR code and you order on your phone, which is fine for before the movie. But now they have it where if you want to order something during the movie, you have to take out your fucking phone. And American icon Elijah Wood / man who's looked like he's 12 years old for the last 50 years tweeted out being like, fuck you guys. You're just encouraging people to be on their phones. And why just go back to paper and pen? This was a system that did not really need to be innovated. It was kind of working perfectly well. I guess it saves a step because you're just sending your order right to the back, but it's people on their phones in movie theaters has become an epidemic, and we need to start giving out the death penalty to these people. Okay. I think, I don't know, literally every movie I've seen in the last 5 years has had people, I'm surrounded by people who are taking out their phones and fully texting, not even slyly. It used to be people would feel shame when they did this, and they would try to do it on the sly. You would kind of open it up below. You put your phone on 0% brightness, and it was in case of emergency. And now people are on 100% brightness. They got WhatsApp. They're playing fucking GIFs out in the middle of the open, in the middle of a movie, in a dark movie theater. And I know it's Alamo Drafthouse. You're already stuffing your face with blue cheese chicken tenders and mozzarella sticks. So it's not it's necessary that it's not it's the place where people are going for decorum during movies, but it's all over the audience behavior has gotten so out of control in a way that does actually piss me off for real. And if I were to run for president, this would be the thing that I would run on. One issue. I'd be a one-issue candidate, and would be that we need to have everybody who uses their phone during a movie or a show of any kind should be shot in the face with a rocket launcher. We saw a play in London, not to keep being that guy who went to London once, but we saw a play, and the people behind us were having full-blown conversation with one another the entire time, and we had to be like, hey, shut up. And they acted ashamed for about 3 minutes, and then they just restarted their conversation as if we didn't tell them to shut the fuck up. And this is actually something that is very important to me, and I don't think people understand. A lot of people think they are whispering. You're not whispering. You're talking at full volume. When you are whispering, you're not pushing sounds through whatever your vocal cords. Am I using my vocal cords right now? No. Now I'm using my vocal cords, but I'm just talking softly. Do you hear the fucking difference? I'm not using my vocal cords right now. I'm using my vocal cords. If you're pushing air... I don't think people understand. You're not whispering. Learn how to whisper if you're going to talk, and learn how to put your phone on 0% brightness if you're going to use your fucking phone during a show. The other shout out I wanted to give was just to that horse that farted. Did you see the horse fart?
Surprisingly, no, considering my TikTok is 90% horse content.
Kind of. I don't know how how that horse is still alive, frankly. Was that blimp that blew up?
Hindenburg?
The Hindenburg. Yeah, that horse could have been the Hindenburg. You light a match near that horse, everybody in that barn would have been dead. Moving on to my what the hecks for the week. My first what the heck, turning on the shower 10 minutes before you're even naked. What is wrong with you? This is a very controversial opinion that I've taken, that I feel the need to carry the mantle. I recently scandalized a number of my friends by admitting that my personal shower habit is to get naked, get into a completely dry, off shower, turn it on, and wait for my desired temperature. And you know why? Because every shower I've ever been in, save like maybe 2 that were in, I don't know, like Europe, gets hot within 10 seconds. We're not boiling fucking water. Some of you people are acting like you need to warm water up like it's the 1800s. Like you're bringing in ladles of ice cold water from the farm or from the well and like bringing it up to temperature. Almost every shower I've ever been in gets warm within 10 to 15 seconds. And so I don't understand why you were having to create some type of sauna situation. Also, you can take a shower. Just get in the fucking shower and shower. It's making me sick. I mean, like, I actually don't care. It's like, whatever. Do whatever you want. We're all dying anyway. And I don't really understand how like places run out of water. That's kind of none of my business. My point being, I'm not saying all this to be some type of water activist. Waste all the water you want. I'm just like, don't understand what you're doing that for. It's not that deep. You're not getting ready to poach yourself like an egg. You're trying to get a temperature that is acceptable to put your body in. People are, it's like crazy how much in advance people are turning on the shower. How far in advance are you turning on the shower?
At least 30 seconds to 60 seconds. But mine really doesn't warm up until then. And I tried your method after you told me this, and it's like you're a soldier.
No, do you hate yourself?
The other thing is, it does depend on the size of your shower.
Yeah.
And I don't have like a palatial shower. I feel like I have a pretty standard issue size like bathtub shower situation. But like I stand towards the back of the shower. So I have like a tub and shower, and when I turn on the knob, it turns on the bathtub. Someone pointed out, oh, why don't you just check the temperature on the bathtub before you turn it up top? I don't have to do that either. I just turn it on. I have a pretty good guesstimate now of like where the hot angle is. Pull the thing so it comes out the top. In the time it takes me to pull the thing so that the water comes out on the top, I've stood back up. I'm away from the water and I can reach my hand and just sort of feel it before I step all the way in. I'm not just like standing like below the faucet being like, let's find out what temperature I'm going to get hit with today and then just let her rip.
Right. There's no way to stand in my shower without getting hit by water.
Yeah, if I am in a shower that is like that, where it's like there's nowhere to stand, I'll usually try to angle the head away from myself, and then turn it on, kind of feel it, and then aim it back. But I'm still in the shower. I just like, some people are turning it on and then like walking away, doing the dishes, coming back to like, coming back to a sauna of a bathroom. The wallpaper's peeling off the walls. Everything is like fogged up. You can barely see 2 feet in front of you. It's like insane. There are a number of things that I think people would be surprised to like weird habits that other people have that I am oddly strict about. I don't eat in bed.
That does surprise me.
Not the gasp from Erica. I know. I do like if there was a poster for eating in bed, I would be on it. I do look like the poster child for someone. And considering that almost every other piece of furniture and surface in my apartment has food stains on it, it's kind of insane that I've drawn that line. But it's like, I don't know. I've tried to be pretty strict about only sleeping in bed and watching stuff on my phone. The worst thing you can do actually in bed. It's probably better to eat a full dinner. But I don't know. I'm just like, if I'm in bed, I'm trying to go to sleep or other activities, but not eating or might just the other thing, like Truffles isn't really allowed. I don't sleep with her in my bed. She has her own little bed. She goes in that. We sort of have, this is how couples stay together for so long. Is like they have separate beds and then they reunite in the morning. And that's kind of how Truffles and I are. Okay, next! People blaming every micro behavior on being neurodivergent. Folks, we have to stop. The couple of things that I saw this week that ignited this, relatedly. One, I saw a tweet that said, I just learned that facing away from the shower head is a sign of being neurodivergent. No, it's not. Guess what? You just made that up. Someone made that up. Someone lied to you. People say all types of little behaviors are like, actually, that means you're neurodivergent. If you sleep with your hand under your head, like your hand folded up under your head.
T-Rex arms.
Yeah, T-Rex arm. That's a sign that you're neurodivergent. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I'm not a psychologist. Haven't taken a single psychology class. I can tell you 100% with confidence. It's not. It's like there is a point at which classifying things like that is no longer useful. And it's just kind of I don't want to say making excuses. I don't want to make light of people who are like trying to explain behaviors, but like some things you guys it's just like a thing that you do. It doesn't have to be like a trauma response that you're only eating creamy peanut butter because your teeth can't handle the crunch of peanuts. I mean, but hey, whatever happens between you and your therapist is between you and your therapist. I'm not going to tell you, that if your therapist says, oh, you take a shower facing away from the water and that means you're autistic, great, good for you. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of your weird shower behavior.
But yours is normal.
I guess, yeah, maybe me getting into a dry shower is some type of trauma response and a sign of my neurodivergence. You can really never tell. Next! Shaking a sweet green salad so hard while you're naked and you get balsamic dressing in your pubes.
No.
So just hypothetically, this is not based on personal experience. Obviously, I would never do that. But it's just sort of on this theme that I'm going with of like showering and being naked and like staining stuff. Hypothetically, if you were naked and you had a sweet green salad and then you put the dressing on it and then you put the lid back on to shake it, it's never contained. Somehow, every time I put the lid back on, the stuff is never staying in there when I'm shaking up that salad. I did buy a salad spinner once because I thought that's how you distributed dressing on the salad. It turns out it's kind of the opposite of that. I was like, damn, this salad's dry as hell. I'm just vigorously drying my salad after I pour ranch all over it. There's just a reservoir of ranch left over after I've spun it vigorously. But yeah, no, I was kind of shaking a sweet green salad very vigorously the other day. And it kind of got balsamic all over parts of my body that should not see balsamic vinegar. And now I learned my lesson. We have reached the point of the year where it's like the second I'm walking in the door, we're going dick out. We're making sure the blinds are closed and we're making sure the thighs are out. I do have a general rule that like if I'm sitting on a surface, my butthole should not be able to touch it. There has got to be something in between my butthole and the surface of a couch, of a countertop, of the oven. No. I'm just always making sure that something is in between. A towel if I have to put a towel down. Relatedly, stain removers are not doing what they think they're doing. I don't know a stain remover that has actually gotten the job done. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of stain removers on the market that are promising to get my stains out. And guess what? The stains are still there. I literally have a pile of shirts that is sitting out there that I'm waiting to wash because they need to be individually treated for oil drops that I can't seem to get out. At this point, I just need to burn all my clothes and start over. There reaches a point I don't like also where sometimes a shirt will go into the washer completely clean and come out with spots on it. What is that? Explain that. You can't. It's just like, don't get stained. What is stop staining clothes? I don't understand why it's like, why you have to be like that. And then I have to like do extra stuff. I should be able to eat whatever I want, get it all over, and then put it in the wash and it goes away. What are they doing with laundry detergent that it's not taking care of all of that? And yeah, am I reading the little tag on the back of my clothes? No. Do I know what all those little symbols mean? Absolutely not. Am I going to learn? No. Why are they written in hieroglyphics? Why did they have to invent a new language just for doing laundry? Those symbols don't exist anywhere else but on shirt clothes, and it's upsetting me because I don't know how to read them. Could I learn? Probably, but I'm not gonna. And that's why I complain about my clothes being stained. Yeah, I've just bought so many like stain removers, and at this point, I've conceded. I've conceded the war. You win. You win, stains. I need one of those Billy Mays. What is it called? I just need a Billy Mays product. He used to be all up on the TV telling me how to get my stains out. Where's the Billy Mays of 2026? Tell me how to get my stains out. I mean, OxyClean still exists. It's still very much a product that I own several iterations of. But there is not a week that goes by where I'm not staining something new. The other day, I spilled coffee all over that rug. I mean, the rug in my living room is basically I've given it back to nature at this point. But I was carrying my breakfast from the kitchen to the living room. It's the same room. I was carrying my breakfast from the counter to the coffee table, balancing everything in a way. It is upsetting that my kitchen and living room are the same room, and yet I refuse to make more than one trip from the counter to the coffee table. It is a sum total of like 10 human steps, but I refuse to do it twice. And so I had a ramekin with yogurt and blueberries, and then a plate of scrambled eggs, and then a cup of coffee. And I sort of balanced the ramekin on the plate. And anyway, the ramekin fell off, broke everywhere, yogurt everywhere, shards of ceramic everywhere, frozen blueberries everywhere. And then I jerked and all of the hot coffee came pouring out all over my hand and all over the rug. So I'm like, fuck. It's like you couldn't have just spilled. Now you also have to stain. I'm already embarrassed because now I'm bending over, hole out. No, I was wearing clothes during this accident. Cause that's the other thing. I don't like sleeping naked. I think that's cause when I was a kid, I remember it was, I think like freshman biology class. We had this teacher who told us about these babies in like an orphanage it was like they used to just let the babies sleep naked, and then the babies like passed, I don't know, malaria around or something because they were just like farting out malaria, and all of the stuff that comes out through farts is like stuff comes out. It's not just air sometimes. It's not like I'm not like shitting the bed every night. I'm not shitting the bed by any means. Let's not get mistaken. But it's also like I don't know. You're like, I like having a barrier between my skin orifices and my bed. Anyway, the point is, if anyone has any foolproof, is that the phrase? Foolproof?
Foolproof?
Anyone has any foolproof stain removers, let me know. And I guess the stain remover tip is just like, use it.
Also, don't spill. Hi, Travels.
It really is unfortunate that she comes in with sort of the breath of an ogre. She comes in with the respiratory power of like several men.
Hi, Travels.
I think it's time for voicemail. We have a new call-in to the What the Heck hotline, which is, of course, the hotline that any of you can call to leave your What the Heck of the week. We played our first one last week, and now we have one this week. The number 407-WTH-MATT. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. All right, let's fire her up.
Hey, Matt. Love that you're back on the podcast because unhappy hour ended right in my peak depressive state. Thanks for that. But my What the Heck that actually has been driving me bonkers is the Banana Boys baseball, bananas baseball, Savannah Bananas baseball. I don't get it. It's slutty. Why are they doing slutty little dances and then marketing it to teens and kids? I hate it. I hate it so much. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's just go dance. Go back to Broadway. Do your shows, do your dance, etc., etc. We will cheer for you there. I do not like Savannah Bananas baseball. I don't understand it. People spend so much money to get these tickets. It's like going to the Eras tour, getting these tickets. It makes no sense to me. What the heck times 1 million? Just go to a minor league baseball game, get a $1.50 beer and a $1.50 hot dog, and call it a great night.
Yeah.
That is my opinion.
Absolutely true. Yes, thank you.
Amen.
Snaps for them. No, absolutely. I don't understand these people for people who haven't seen this. What are they called? The Savannah Banana Boys or something? They're like a group. They're a group of like fake baseball players that are also kind of like men who do like singing and dancing, and but also they're kind of slutty. Like, I remember initially seeing it and thinking like, oh, this is like a gay thing. It's like for gay people. It's for like horny gay guys to get into baseball. Mm-hmm. But of course, I was just seeing it through the lens that I most identify with. I never realized, I mean, that's sort of the extent that I looked into these individuals. I never really thought about them as being marketed for children, but I guess it is kind of a version of like minor league baseball. Mm-hmm. Minor league baseball meets Broadway. I completely agree. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand their slutty little uniforms. Like, go make real baseball players uncomfortable with your ogling. That's where we should be directing our attention. Let's get out and look at real baseball player fat asses. They're putting in that work, but also they're like Broadway stars. Like some of them are Broadway stars. I don't understand. I don't know what's happening. Their marketing is not going well. If I, as a homosexual who is criminally online, don't know what they're doing, then something has gone wrong. Thank you. Thank you for expressing that and getting me angry. Next! Apparently there's a bunch of ticks in Martha's Vineyard that are making people allergic to cheeseburgers. And I don't like that at all. Mm-mm. What are you talking about? A tick bite is making me allergic to red meat. I love that the story has been like a bunch of rich people are getting bit by ticks and their private chefs are having to scramble to rearrange the menus on their dinners. Like, oh no. First of all, why are you getting bit by so many ticks? I am afraid of tick bites.
Terrified. Just want to eat. Absolutely terrified.
Even though I'm never in nature. The one time I thought I had a tick bite, I went to the doctor because they say the tick bite is like the telltale sign of a tick bite is the target. It's like a dot in the middle and then a red ring around it. And I had that. It was like, that's what it looked like. And the doctor was like, but have you been near a tick? Like, have you been in a forest or like outside? And I was like, I haven't gone outside in like 4 weeks. He was like, that's so weird. It's like, not like, I mean, people come in and out and like theoretically it could be there. And then like half of the Real Housewives say they're suffering from whatever Lyme disease. So that always makes me scared, even though they're probably making it up. So I don't know. It does worry me. And but I don't like how getting bit by a tick like can make you allergic to stuff that you were never allergic to before. What does that mean? Why, like, why does that happen?
I don't know.
But also, if you avoid that habitat, hello, I'm avoiding that habitat. Not even intentionally. I just don't be going out like that. I went to the park. I think honestly, that's why I was having trouble rolling over in bed, because I was sitting cross-legged in the park for so long. My body sort of calcified in that position. But yeah, no, I do remember the when I went to the doctor and I was like, this looks like a tick bite, even though I haven't been outside for a long time. And he was like, yeah, that's super weird. I mean, they treat it by just giving you like one pill, and it's like, yeah, or it's like an antibiotic that you take like 2 of. Yeah. He was like, I'll just give it to you. That's what I love about doctors in New York. They'll give you anything. They pretty much want to get you in and out as quickly as possible. And if you ask for something, they'll just do it. Tell them you got a bladder infection. They'll give you as many pills as you want. Next! TikTok Shop has taken to almost exclusively recommending products that I'm supposed to stick up my ass. And it's making me real confused about what kind of activity I've been engaging in on that app to make me susceptible to these kinds of advertisements. I don't know what type of categorizing that they're doing on that app, but they have made me out to be some type of sodomist. When I tell you, do you ever scroll over to the... I mean, I've never done it on purpose. I've never willingly sought out the TikTok Shop.
No, it's always an accident.
Because the TikTok Shop it's the tab right next to TikTok for the For You page. And sometimes I'll accidentally slide over. And every time I do, it's all suggested products that are like customized for each user. And all of mine are like dildos and cock rings. Or stuff to put your dick in. Look at this. This is the top. This is the top of my suggestions. One is, I fear that this is a Call Me By Your Name inspired peach that you can fuck.
My God.
This one is straight up just a cock ring. This one, I don't even know what you do with that thing. Yeah, these are all of my suggestions. Literally all of them. Literally all of them. Oh, and then a blouse. They have so severely called me the F slur in a way that like I could not have been more targeted in this way. It is it's just a guy in thin pants jumping up and down. This is the shop. They're trying to sell products. Oh my God. It's just some of the gayest clothing you've ever seen. Why are they doing this to me? I don't even think because we have a tradition. Barry and I and some of our friends have a tradition where we'll get a little stoned and pull up our TikTok likes and put them on the big screen to show off all of the nonsense that we've been liking. And so I'm not like liking thirst traps and like a bunch of gay stuff, but they've still managed to peg me as like a big ass gay.
Right.
During Pride Month too, they're calling me, I mean, it's kind of beautiful to be seen. Some other trends that are not sitting right with me. Dense bean salad. Big Fart has been working overtime for the past 5 years at least to try to get me to eat more beans. We've all seen it. We've all been on the opposite end of it. Big Bean is really pushing beans on us in a big way. Okay, you've been getting a lot of bean content.
Always.
They're trying to sell beans in a way that I'm like, this has to be the product of some type of marketing campaign. There's no way that beans just out of nowhere suddenly were like, eat me. All types of beans are coming across my feed. And this week I was seeing a number of posts about something called a dense bean salad. I don't know if it was invented by this one lady or if she was just popularizing it. What the fuck are you talking about? What is a dense bean salad? What about it makes it dense? I don't want any food described as a dense bean. But it's like, yeah, they're really trying to get me to eat more beans. I think I made a video about it once, and then this guy was like, "You really should be eating more beans." He made he was like a popular health influencer who like duetted my video and was like, "You have to be eating more beans, actually." And I was like, first of all, do not come up into my TikTok and start telling me this nonsense when I just said I will not be eating beans, period. I will not have any beans in this house. No, I eat beans. I'm a fan of a pinto. A nice pinto, a nice cannellini. I like that it has sort of a drag persona, cannellini beans. I like that it's like, this is cannellini. Well, actually, I think garbanzo is out of drag. Cannellini is drag. Linda Cannellini and Mike Garbanzo. It's Mike Garbanzo is a construction worker, and he moonlights as Linda Cannellini, the drag queen. That is sort of my fan fiction that I'll be writing. Trademark.
About beans.
No, there's two. There really is like a very concerted effort to try to get me to eat more beans, and I don't like it. I'm not like, I'll eat them. Jesus, stop forcing them on me. It used to be to try to get you to eat more beans, they'd show you a nice dog named Bush, and they'd say, "These are Bush's beans, and they're baked, and they're delicious." And now they're trying to get me to eat a dense bean salad? No, bring back the dog. Bring back Bush's baked beans. Where have they gone? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, where did that dog go? He was like the second most famous dog after Air Bud, the Bush's baked bean dog. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I do, actually.
You don't know the Bush's baked bean dog?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. He was formative for me. He was a role model of mine. Bush's baked beans is like the canned beans.
Right. No, I know that.
And they had a whole advertising campaign where it was like the little dog. He was like a
Oh my God.
he was like a ginger golden retriever. What are those
gorgeous.
called?
He was not an Irish setter. He was just a golden retriever.
But wasn't he kind of like a ginger?
Yeah.
See, role model. Air Bud, what? That's the thing. Air Bud was sort of a jock. Oh, did he die?
Yeah, I mean in 2018, so not that shocking, but yeah, Duke the Bush's baked bean dog has died.
Oh. Pour out a can of beans for Duke. Yeah, no, Duke. No, would he get hit by a car or something?
No, he had an aggressive cancer.
No.
And they had to euthanize him.
See, the beans didn't help. They're always trying to tell you beans will make you healthy, but it comes for us all. Yeah, I know. I used to love Duke, the Bush's baked bean dog. And it's like, yeah, Air Bud was sort of a jock. Like, he was a role model for the jock kids that were looking up to Air Bud. I was looking up to Duke, the Bush's baked bean dog, because he was a ginger and he ate a lot of food. He ate a lot of delicious beans. But now Duke is gone, and we don't have anybody trying to sell me delicious sugar-covered beans. They're only trying to sell me dense bean salad, and I fucking hate it. Next! This is sort of along the same lines, but the number of vitamins and minerals that are being marketed to me has gotten out of control. Used to be, you took one Fred Flintstone every morning, and it tasted like a delicious piece of chalk, and you didn't have to worry about anything. It fixed all your problems. And now I have an entire fucking alphabet of vitamins and minerals that I'm supposed to be taking. And the people selling them are some of the most scary people that you've ever laid your eyes upon. How come everybody who's trying to get me to take a vitamin or a supplement looks like they have like Lincoln log veins sticking out of the side of their necks? Everybody trying to sell me like a vitamin and mineral looks like it's some type of cartoon monster, Space Jam monster. We've gone a pretty far way in terms of innovating the gummy vitamin. I do love that. Give me a delicious gummy that kind of has all of the things that I need in it. Give me a gummy that sort of replaces all of the things that I should be doing in life. Am I going outside? No. Can I take a little gummy vitamin D? Yeah. I love that we've managed to make a fruit snack into something that can replace the sun. That's beautiful to me. I don't like how there's an alphabet's worth of vitamins and minerals and that I have to sort of find out some formulation that is good for me. I don't like how some vitamins and minerals make you make your tummy go Magnesium? First of all, I thought magnesium was what power cords were made out of. And now I'm supposed to take it in gummy form. Oh, let me take my gummy of a 9-volt battery this morning. That also, if you don't take the right one, will make you shit your pants. Apparently, I need magnesium for everything. I did just get, and I'm excited to try it and/or excited for it to kill me. Magnesium oil. It comes in oil form. First of all, what are you talking about? Magnesium, the metal, you mean? You mean the metal magnesium is coming in oil form? You're just making that up at this point. Did I buy it? Yes. And because I saw that you're supposed to put magnesium oil on your feet and it helps you sleep. You absorb stuff through your feet. That's why people put onions down there sometimes to feel better. It's like some old type of like, I feel like old world, like health remedy is you put onions in your socks, or it might be kind of like an Easter, like an Asian inspired thing. You cut an onion in half, you put one half in each sock, put your socks on, sleep with it overnight. You wake up, beautiful marinade on your foot. Your foot is ready to go. It's tender, it's flavorful. But yeah, I'm going to try starting to rub my feet every night with some magnesium and see if that helps me sleep better. There's too many things now that are being sold to me that I'm like, should I take this? I don't know. Will it help? Should I be taking creatine? Is that bad for you? I keep seeing creatine as like, yeah, why not? It's not going to do any harm. Just take it. I'm like, this is how people die. This is how people get addicted to stuff. Peptides? What are peptides? Everybody's doing peptides. I don't know what that is. Peptides I think might be more like steroids. And creatine is more just like super protein powder. I don't know. I'm not going to look into it, but it does. I'm like, sometimes I see people talking about creatine like it's just, yeah, a scoop of this a day and your life will never be better. And it's like, oh, if that were true, I feel like I'd be hearing about it from more trustworthy sources. I feel like I would be hearing about it from people who weren't wearing a muscle tank top. I also feel like it wouldn't come in tubs that have a lightning bolt on the side of them. That's the problem, is that like all of this stuff is marketed to like bro-y, fratty men. And I'm like, I can't be taking that. I know I do make fun of like straight guys because they need to have something called a dude wipe in order to wash their assholes. But like, I'm not taking anything that's got a lightning bolt on the side of it. That's not for me. I'm girl. Next, using cereal, dry cereal as an ice cream topper. It's going to be a no from me. Unfortunately, it's come to my attention recently that dry cereal as an ice cream topper is not doing what it thinks it's doing. It sounds, in theory, it's one of those good things. It's like one of those things that you think, oh, this is going to be awesome. Like texting while driving. It sounds like a great idea. In practice, not so great. Or like getting stoned before going to the gym. Sounds like a great idea. Sounds like you're going to have the time of your life. I've never been more afraid. I got ice cream recently from this place that like mixes a bunch of dry cereal in with the ice cream. And it's like whatever the cereal scientists have been doing for generations. General Mill, Mr. Kellogg, they've been doing phenomenal work to perfectly formulate cereal such that it marries with one thing and one thing only. Liquid milk. And you try mixing it with anything else, like a solid, for example, ice cream. How about some ice cream with sand? How about some ice cream with sawdust? Sawdust that kind of tastes like Fruit Loops. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they're doing to the cereal, but it kind of only tastes good with milk. But that's a reality that we have to accept. The one exception, of course, the Rice Krispie treat. And those fucking Keebler elves. No, they're different elves. They're a different set of those triplets. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Or are they a throuple?
Ooh.
I don't really know what their situation is. The Rice Krispie elves could be the world's first polycule. And I see that for them. Because I do believe that people in a polycule would be eating Rice Krispies in a very real way. No, they'd be eating whatever sort of Whole Foods Rice Krispie alternative is available, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. They managed to formulate Rice Krispies such that when you combine it with marshmallow, you're getting a delicious treat. But otherwise, dry cereal doesn't belong anywhere near a dessert. And I firmly believe that. On the note of the lives of fictional characters that I've sort of taken personally, I guess I'm the only one who learned recently that Eloise, that little bitch from the Plaza, was not in fact living in the walls of the Plaza like a little rat girl.
No, of course not. She was living there, like in the room.
I don't know what kind of wires got crossed when I was a child, but I, for some reason, always assumed that Eloise lived in the walls of the Plaza. And that just made perfect sense to me. I was like, yeah, no, she lives in the walls, actually. She's crawling around the walls like a little rat girl. And I think it's because I was mixing her up with that movie Dunstan Checks In. Dunstan Checks In was a movie from when I was a kid about a little boy whose dad, I think, is like a custodian at a fancy hotel. And there's a guest staying at the hotel who has a monkey named Dunstan. And he befriends the monkey and like takes him into the walls with him. Oh, because the kid, as a child of the custodian, is very familiar with this hotel and gets into the walls of the hotel. And I sort of assumed him and Eloise were living very similar lifestyles. So I saw they're like filming for a new series, a new Eloise in the Plaza series, Eloise at the Plaza. But yeah, no, there's sort of a lot of children's book revelations that I've been having recently. Another huge one, the fact that Stuart Little, the mouse, guess what? Not a mouse at all. In fact, a boy. Stuart Little was a boy who happened to look very much like a mouse and was also the size of a mouse. Hey, what is that? It is so upsetting to learn that they sort of made that movie and they made Stuart Little a cute little mouse. No, Stuart Little was a monster. Stuart Little was a little boy that was three inches tall that looked very much like a mouse, but was otherwise a human child. The fuck was Roald Dahl on? Was that it?
No,
oh, it was E.B. White.
Yeah.
I don't know. E.B. White was doing something. He was writing about talking spiders and pigs, and he was writing about little boy mouses. The other one that I learned, which is a positive one, was that the Frog and the Toad, Frog and Toad, are like canonically gay for each other.
Really? That's not just the internet?
No, I always thought that everybody was like, oh, like Frog and Toad, they love each other because they're like best friends and they do everything together. Frog and Toad was written by this guy whose name I didn't write down, but they
Arnold
Lobel or Lobel. There was this like New Yorker piece that I'd never read before, but it turns out that he was he was married to a woman and had children. He came out to them as an adult. He never came out to the public, but he came out to his family. And so his daughter has sort of like put the pieces together that Frog and Toad are probably bumping their cloacas together, whatever Frog and Toads have. And finally, my what the hey for the week, my opposite of what the heck, the thing that's making me happy this week, buying books from the actual bookstore. Oh, love it. Is it twice as expensive? Yes. But I mostly I had to do this out of necessity. I had to be like, I cannot keep buying books. And like, I have to cut back on the number of books that I'm reading. Like all readers, I suffer from a condition called buying books faster than I read books. And I had to try to stop that by saying, okay, I will only buy a book if I actually walk to the bookstore and purchase it. And I live near the bookstore, so I live near multiple bookstores, so there's kind of no excuse. And it's like, I should add the caveat that, like, if you can afford it, you should buy a book from an actual bookstore. Like, I understand that certain online companies are making it more affordable for people to buy books. I will say that they are mostly doing that in order to run all of the bookstores out of business, and then they'll raise the prices. It's kind of how those companies work. And I also had to impose the rule of I can only buy one book at a time, even though I did break that rule. It's just like, it's so satisfying to go to an actual bookstore and like get the book off the shelf and to look around and to see all the other people there. And like, it also stops me because I have a bad case of I buy like 3 books at once because I want to read all of them. And then after I finish the first one, I'm like, I don't want to read these other fucking books. And so I feel like it's forced me to be like, I will only buy a book that I'm excited to read at that moment, that I'm going to go back and start reading right away. And it keeps me from then buying more books than necessary, because I do have hundreds of them. Too many. And I'm reading that book about that lady who got dumped in Martha's Vineyard where all the ticks are. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for listening to this week's What the Heck. Make sure you like, subscribe, watch us on YouTube, leave a comment, leave a good review, only if it's nice. I don't want to hear your shit. And that's it. See you next week. Bye. This has been an episode of What the Heck with Matt Bellassai. You can call and leave us a voicemail about what's making you say what the heck this week, and you might be featured on a future episode. Call us at 407-984-6288. That's 407-WTH-MATT. What the Heck with Matt Bellassai is produced by Same Boat Studios and Bellassai Productions. It's hosted by me, Matt Bellassai. Our executive producers are Gabrielle Lewis, Barry Finkel, and me, Matt Bellassai. Erica Glass is our senior producer. Our video editors are Matt Bellassai and Erica Glass. Production designed by Erica Glass, Matt Bellassai, and Barry Finkel. Our theme music is courtesy of EpidemicSound.com. Special thanks to Truffles Bellassai.